Who wants to go for a drive?
Oh yeah. I told you, we're gonna play that song. Better play it loud. Work all week to get into the city. Jump in my truck, come on with me. Turn it on up. Country rock boogie. Yeah.
Welcome to the first episode of Ray and Boogie Go for a Drive, where we head to central Illinois, to the rural town of Ashmore, where population is only 650, and as you can see, agriculture does rule this part of the state. And I'm not sure there's a picture that yells you're in the Midwest more than this one. 7 silos and 4 pickup trucks. Hell yeah. Boogie and I did take a little stroll down Main Street there in Ashmore, which is only about 2 blocks long, so if you sneezed, you will miss it. And as you can see, some of those buildings need a little bit of love. And speaking of love, I would have loved to have gone in and frequent one of the 3 bars that are in that little strip. However, I was with Boogie and could not do it, so maybe next time. Ashmore does have a famous former resident, Bill Cox, coming up there in the blue. He played in the major leagues between 1936 and 1941. He pitched for the St. Louis Browns, the Chicago White Sox, and the St. Louis Cardinals, and he was terrible. He went 2-9 with an ERA above 6, which would have made him a starter on the 2024 White Sox because they stunk. Now let's use that latest technology from Microsoft Word from 5 years ago to break down the history of Ashmore Estates. From 1857 to 1869, it was called the Coles County Poor Farm. That was where the residents could come in and pluck a poor child off the vine and take him or her home for their own. Ha, just kidding. It's where the poor live, mainly widows and orphans. From 1870 to 1879, 32 of its 250 residents died, nearly 13%, and that's what we would say is no bueno. In 1902, the mentally ill were now residents there, making that quite the interesting place to live. And in 1911, it was now being called the Almshouse. Don't worry, I had to look up what that word meant too. And it was condemned for its deplorable conditions, including rats in the walls and hordes of flies everywhere, including landing on the food as it was being prepared for the residents to eat. Yum! All right, now to the main attraction. To get there, we took a dark road, which took us to another dark road, which took us to a dark gravel road, which took us to a very long dark gravel road until we finally pulled up to the Ashmore Estate. We showed up 45 minutes late, and after checking out the outside of the Ashmore Estate, we decided it was time to head in. But Boogie had other plans. He had some business he had to take care of right on the front lawn of the Ashmore Estates, and now I'm worried we are going to be haunted for the rest of our lives. Boogie obviously isn't worried, and I didn't notice until I was reviewing the video footage that there is a green something flying towards Boogie, and it turned around and flew away when he looked at it. It is very peaceful out here, I will say that. As if pooping wasn't bad enough, he then stole someone's toy.
Uh-oh. He's stealing the toy. There he goes.
I brought it as a trigger object.
Oh, and that's it.
We then spent the next 4.5 hours going from room to room in this 3-story estate, trying to see if we could find any former residents who were interested in talking to either of us. As you can see, this building has seen better days, and while it was not this bad when the residents were there, I have read some pretty bad stories. We eventually found a room that had a Christmas tree in it, and I tried to use Boogie and some treats to pull out a spirit that may want to talk to us, and you will see what happened next.
Anyone want to give Boogie a treat? Treats are on the chair. Just say me. Just say me.
Unfortunately, nothing happened next until Boogie said, "Daddy, just give me my damn treats." We did experience something down in the crematorium. We had been there 3 or 4 times already this evening, but this last trip down to the basement, a couple was coming up saying that they were picking up a lot of activity, and I feel like Boogie picked it up too.
Let's go down. Go downstairs. Hey, come here.
He looked at the room, looked at him, and then went the other way.
He's like, absolutely not. No, something's down there.
Let's go. Go. Let's go. Hey, come on. Let's go. All right. What are you looking at?
I eventually got him down there, but he immediately turned around and said, "I said no, Daddy. Take that, Ashmore Estates. I am out of here." We weren't even a mile from the Ashmore Estates when he passed out in the passenger seat. Once we got back to the hotel, he was ready to go back to Nai-Nai.
All right, let's go Nai-Nai.
We were all snug in bed after a long day of driving and paranormal investigating, ready to go to sleep until I realized I left my dang pop that I just got at the gas station on the roof of my car in the parking lot and had to go get it. We took a little 3.5-hour nap, got up at 5:30 a.m., took another dark road, which took us, of course, to another gravel road to the St Omer Cemetery. And it was so peaceful until...
Roll him up.
Roll 'em up.
That didn't sound good.
In 1850, the town of St. Omer was a happening town, whatever that means for those days. But by 1950, it was a ghost town with everyone dying or moving out. But they do have one famous former resident in Caroline Barnes who is accused of being a witch, and we will show you why her headstone is so popular. After a quick rest in the car, he is ready to go. This way, Bubs. As you can see, St. Omer Cemetery is quite quaint with a lot of beautiful headstones. Most are dated pre-1900 and Caroline Barnes's is no exception. There it is right there. She was accused of being a witch. Rumor has it that they tried to hang her, but she would not die, so they buried her alive. And I want you to take a close look at that headstone. I'm going to tell you why people come from miles around to check it out. Yes, a local legend has it that Caroline Barnes was a witch. The way her husband passed away in late 1881 of a tragic sawmill accident, and she passed away in February of 1882. The anniversary of a witch's death date is when they come back to Earth, try to revenge their death. So they put on there February 31st, 1882. Obviously there is no February. What the hell was that? There is no February 31st, which means she can never come back to try to avenge her death. Some say it was just a misprint. How do you misprint a day that never happened? I can see if it's like February 5th and you put 15th, but she died either February 26th or February 28th. Either way, you don't misprint to the 31st. But as you can see, they weren't taking any chances. Gave her the old February 31st date. You gotta admit, that was kind of cool. Maybe that was Caroline coming back to say, "Get off my grave." We took that as a sign that we should leave, so we hopped on a gravel road, which took us to another gravel road, which took us to the XL Ranch, where we said nope, and we got the heck out of there until there it was, the Airtight Bridge. Here we are at the Airtight Bridge here in Ashmore, Illinois again. It's called Airtight Bridge because it goes over the Embarrassed River, and apparently the air over it is very stale and flat, which we're gonna go check out in a moment. But it's notorious because in 1980, underneath the bridge, the torso of a female was found. The legs, arms, and head were severed, and they couldn't identify the victim. And in 1992, using DNA evidence, they were able to identify her. And it wasn't until 2017 that they arrested the husband who confessed to the murder. And he said he did it after a domestic dispute. I want to know how this lady went missing, first of all, for 12 years and it was never a red flag. Secondly, getting murdered by your husband. Moral of the story, don't get married. Boogie and I did take a stroll over the bridge, and I did get a little dizzy. And they were correct, the air was kind of flat, but it was peaceful until being on this one-lane bridge, this happened. I think a car is coming. We're gonna get off of this, yikes. Kind of scary. What was that movie? Stand By Me? Where they're on the bridge and the train. Yeah, we almost just had that. I was just getting set up to start recording again when he decided to come back. He's coming back. We're getting out of here. What the hell? No worries. Dude, when that car turned around, I didn't know what was going to happen. I thought it was going to be go time. And me and the Boogs here were going to have to kick some butt. It is a very interesting place to think that this guy somehow, he wasn't from here, the killer. He's from Bradley, Illinois. And somehow came here in 1980. I mean, it's desolate now. I can't imagine what it was like in 1980. I guess people come here, especially this time of year, at night, and they claim to pick up spirits or see orbs. We're not coming back at night. So we had a good time, I guess. Got our heart rate up when that car went by and then turned back around. I think it's time for us to go. And yeah, let's get out of here. Well, we are back safely from Ashmore, Illinois, where we had a great time. Remember, if you have a fun, interesting, unique, or weird place you want us to check out, feel free to send us a message at Ray and Boogie Go for a Drive on our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok page, or you can email us at rayandboogiegofforadrive@yahoo.com. Thank you for watching, and remember, life is one long drive. Get out there and enjoy it.